How are you? I am going to wait till this shows up on Facebook. That way I can change the setting and make it public for everyone to see. So hold on just a second. I'm going to make this public for everyone. And then our friends that are on his class with us can reshare it. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little hello again. Hi everyone, welcome to our class tonight, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We love being consistent and it helps us to stay organized. It helps our mama brains to be consistent, to be systematic. This is when we show up for our classes. This is when we show up for our community. And those of us who share Young Living oils, this is when we show up for encouragement and inspiration. So we are talking about organizing your oils. So if you don't have oils, that's okay. You can still be inspired. If you are a part of the Savvy Oiler team, welcome. I love you all. If you're not, welcome anyway, because we love making education available for lots of our friends all throughout the world, all throughout the country. So tonight we are going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, getting organized, and specifically organizing your essential oils. If you are anything like me, you probably have a lot of essential oils. And if you don't, that's okay. You are ahead of the game by starting fresh, watching this class from the very beginning of your oily journey. That way you don't get disorganized. And I'm going to give you some tips tonight of how to stay organized with your oils, with your Young Living products, with your natural remedies that you like to use in your home. I am a mom of 3 kids. I love using essential oils to cook, to clean, to help boo-boos, to help sniffles. I love essential oils. We've been using them for 6 years. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and share my screen with you because I love sharing graphics with you because I'm a visual person. I hope you are too. All right, here we go. So organizing your oils. All right, so first of all, if you don't have essential oils, the best way to purchase your oils, and I feel like the best essential oils on the planet, the ones I use, because they've always worked for us. I have proved them time and time again to work. We always go to our essential oil cabinet before we go to anything else. So the best way to purchase Young Living essential oils is to first purchase a bundle of essential oils from Young Living. Right now, Young Living is doing bundles where they already put these together. It's like a no-brainer. Talking about getting organized, Young Living has gotten organized with these bundles that are specifically catered for the things that you need in your home. They cover a wide variety of things that you would use them throughout the day. My kids come up to me and they say, "Mama, I have aches and pains in my legs. I have growing pains, and I know I'm going to go to one of these kits or one of these bundles and pull out an oil." So first of all, this is what you're going to purchase. Purchase it from the person who shared this class with you. Now, after you have purchased your oils, you are now a wholesale member. Don't let that scare you. You do not ever, 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 never, ever have to sell anything. I had a friend just the other day. She was interested in getting started with the basic starter bundle, which is just $25. And she said, "Okay, now how does this mean that I have to sell something every month because I'm a wholesale member?" No, Young Living allows everyone to become a wholesale member and they don't even have to purchase something. Again, you can buy your bundle, get your wholesale membership, and then if you want to keep your membership active, you just place a $50 order of your own product every single year to keep your account active. Young Living does not, make you do any kind of sales, any kind of sharing. Now, a lot of us choose to because oils work and we're like, whoa, these products work. I'm going to share this with my friend because her kids are having some issues too, and I want to share that with her. So once you get your oils bundle, you become a wholesale member. You get wholesale discount of 24% off. There's 2 ways to buy oils. I'm getting you organized in your thought process of how you approach your Young Living account. The first option is the best option is going to be your subscribe and save option. It's your monthly order. By doing your monthly order, you're going to get rewards points. It makes me think of going to Winn-Dixie and getting gas points. Like I can turn around and use my points on gas or other products. It's the same with any kind of subscription. Once you are subscribing and you get points for it. So the monthly order is the best way, in my opinion, to order. There is a second option if you don't want to order monthly, and it's through the shopping cart. So you can see both of them right here. So you have monthly order and you have shop. Shop, you can order whenever you want, but you don't get any kind of rewards back to use for free products. All right, so what do you purchase? Remember, we're getting our mind organized. So first of all, you know how to purchase. Now, what do you even purchase? Okay, the best way to figure out what you purchase, I will have a lot of members just kind of randomly place things in their cart. They'll have a bunch of oils on their shelf and they have no idea how to use them. The best way to figure out what to even purchase after you purchase your bundle is to first, or these are some options to be able to figure that out. Use a reference book. So I like to use this reference guide right here from Life Science Publishing. I love it. And so what I will do is I will think, okay, what are my top 3 goals, my health goals? Okay, my first goal was my kids' allergies. Okay, so I'm going to go to my reference book and I'm going to look up allergies. And I'm going to say, oh, okay, I need lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Okay, adding those to my cart. Now, my second goal is my cleaners in my house. Okay, well, Young Living has Thieves Cleaner. Add that to my cart. Do you see how you're going to purchase based on your need? Okay, you can also use your product guide. A lot of people don't look at this when they first get their starter bundle, but your product guide has a ton of information in here. You can even learn about your oils. And I like to put a star beside the ones that I want to purchase or put them on my wish list. I love creating a wish list, and I'll go down my wish list to figure out what I want to add to my cart. The other thing that you can look up or use to look up what you need to purchase is Google. You can type in, this is what I like to do, YL oils for, and you fill in the blank. Okay, I'm going to say YL oils for sleep. YL oils for canker sores, YL oils for nausea, okay? And whatever you need oils for, you're gonna type in YL oils for blah. And I like to go to the images in Google Images, and it will give you a whole bunch of pictures, and you can start filling up your wish list by doing that. Okay. So where to store them? Now, this is where everybody's probably come to this class and they're like, oh, I want to see all the fun little ways to store them. There are tons of cute ideas of how to store your oils out in the internet. Just go to Google, look up, type in oily shelves or storage for oils. Okay, that is going to be where you're going to find buku-doodles of ideas that fit your needs. For me, I found my oil shelf. First of all, my first oil shelf that I outgrew, I found at a yard sale. And I outgrew it because I kept earning free oils through the Subscribe and Save monthly ordering program. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and I found an oily shelf there when it was on sale, like, 40% off or something. And I found a shelf there. I have stored my oils in alphabetical order, and I have tried color order. I personally go back to color order. If you are on Facebook and you're watching this, I want you to type in the comments if you like to store them by color or by alphabet. Okay, so type in color or type in alphabet, how you like to store them. I personally like to store them by color because I have memorized what the colors of the different oils are. And so I go right there to them. But if you want to sort them by alphabetical order because you feel like it'll be easier for you to find, and then do it that way. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can store your oils, and then I'm going to talk about where in your different parts of your house to store them. Okay, first of all, everywhere. I'm going to go do that first. Store them everywhere, okay? Out of sight means out of mind. So I feel like I want them right in front of me. If I see like stress away right in front of me, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it on, because that's something that I experience the most is stress. You know, I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I like to store them everywhere. I even like to keep them in my pockets. I like to store them everywhere. So in your kitchen, what kind of oils are you going to store in your kitchen? Well, you're going to store your cooking oils. All of the oils that have the white labels on them are called vitality oils, and they have been labeled for internal use. Now, their counterpart with the regular label bottles, if you have a white labeled vitality and a colored labeled, a white labeled oregano and a colored label oregano, they're the exact same oil. They just have different labels based on the standards by the FDA. So you're going to store in your kitchen, preferably beside your stove. And I'm going to show you a picture of what that looks like. All your vitality oils that you can cook with. Tonight, I put thyme and oregano in my spaghetti sauce. So if they're there, you're going to use them. You're going to put lemon and lime in your water. Orange right now, girls, is my favorite in water. It tastes like a creamsicle. All right, so in your kitchen, you're going to store your cooking oils. You're also going to store, if you're a mom, you're in the kitchen a lot. So you're going to store your supplement oils. If you do Progessence Plus, I like to store my Progessence Plus and my Endoflex, which are hormone balancing oils. I like to store them in my cabinet where my supplements are, because that's my go-to place, okay? So you're storing your oils where it makes sense, where you're going to use them, okay? Store them in your bathroom. Now, you shouldn't have piles and piles of oils everywhere. I would say like no more than 4, even 3. I think 3 is the max. Like a little bundle of 3. You know how like when you decorate in your house, you should decorate in 3s, like 3 blue items, 3 pink items. I think oils should be like kept in 3s. So in your bathroom, I like to keep purification for my pimples in there. I like to put 𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗢 and frankincense on my face every morning to help with puffiness. So, and digest. Now, I do have probably 4 oils in my cabinet. Digest for all the digestive stuff in my bathroom cabinet. Now, you can see as I'm going through this, you store your oils where they make sense. Here's the thing, ladies. If you are disorganized with your oils, you probably have too much. First of all, you probably have too much, and then you probably have too much sitting out, okay? So we're going to walk through the process of sorting through our oils. All right, so here's an idea of how you can store your oils in your drawers in your kitchen. Now, this girl obviously has a lot of oils. Now, if you look on the right side of the screen, the middle drawer, those are all her vitality oils. That would be what you would want your top kitchen drawer to look like if you're cooking with your vitality oils. You can find these little oily holders on Amazon. We also have it posted, I think, in our Savvy Oiler Club Facebook group. They're really easy to find, and they're great, and it makes it really appealing when you open up your drawer. But like I said, if they're out of sight, they're out of mind. If you're not going to use them, if they're in the drawer, then don't store them away in the drawer. All right, another thing that you can use, which I love this, is getting acrylic nail polish holders. You can find these on Amazon really easily. The essential oil bottles fit nicely in the nail polish acrylic holders. I love them because you can see the entire bottle. It's very visually appealing. They can go right on a wall. It's great. All right, this is very similar to the shelf that I found from Hobby Lobby. So as you can see, you can use a wood shelf. Maybe it'll match your decor. Okay, another way, and this is probably my least favorite way to store oils, but some people, when they first get started, they love having boxes like these. I just feel like if you collect boxes like these, you'll probably have multiples of them. And I don't know, it's just not my favorite way to store oils. But if you have a smaller amount, a smaller collection, then this might be great. But it also, when you store your oils this way, it kind of keeps them in just one location in your room. Plus, they're out of sight. So, out of sight, out of mind. This is probably my least favorite way, and one way that I kind of don't recommend people to store their oils. All right. I call these go bags, and this is from Modern Makery. I love their bags. They're beautifully made. They hold the oils really nicely. So I recommend having a go bag. And what do you keep in your go bag? Well, I personally keep in my go bag all of the starter bundle oils, because if I'm going to face anything, I'm going to be covered with the starter bundle oil. So there's 12 oils in the premium starter bundle, and they cover from respiratory stuff to digestive stuff to peppermint, which my kids always need because they're always touching their animals. So definitely have a go bag with you. And I recommend having multiple sets of these oils. So this particular go bag stays in my big bag that I take with me, and I don't have to dive into this go bag when I'm at home because I have multiples. Okay, so now you have some ideas of how to store them. How do you keep track of them? That's like the big question. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second, because I want to show you. In the product guide that you got with your starter bundle, in the back of it, we're always looking for essential oil lists, like the Young Living list of essential oils. You got it. You got it already. It's in your product guide. So here's what I recommend to do, and what I'm going to do after this video, because I thought it was a great idea that I came up with. You can either make a copy of these lists. There's 4 pages, so 2 pages front and back. You can either make a copy, or you can just rip it out. And I would take it to your local. Now it's going to take a little bit of work. Girls, getting organized takes a little bit of work. It's not going to be easy. You got to do the steps, the hard part, to then create your systems that you can keep applying them. So either go to get this copied or tear it out really neatly and nicely. Take those pages to your local Office Depot and get them to laminate it. So you'll have 2 pages front and back. Get them to laminate them together. And what you're going to do is you are going to take inventory of the oils that you already have. You're going to put a check mark beside the oils that you have. If you have multiples of that oil, put multiple check marks. Okay. If you want to put, I like to just do 2, because then I know that I have a backup just in case. But use either a dry erase. I'm not sure if probably a dry erase, or a wet erase, or something like that, a wet marker, or you can use a Sharpie marker. And what you're going to do is you're going to check what you have inventory. Then when you run out of it and you need to resupply it, you're going to come to this list and you're going to circle it. When you go to your subscribe and save cart every month, you're going to look to see what is circled, and you're going to decide, do I need that this month? So this is a great way to keep up with what you have on hand. I would store this in your planner, or like, behind your oily shelf. Maybe you can, if you have a solid oily shelf, you can hide it behind that. However, just keep up with your list. And I thought this was a really great way to keep inventory of what you have. Let me know on Facebook if you love that idea or not. Okay. All right. So organizing other supplies. All right. So we have our carrier oils. I recommend having a bottle of carrier oil, liquid carrier oil on hand. I like to use the Young Living V6 oil because it's easy, has a pump. Have that handy. You need to get organized, and you need to have these products handy. If you want to make any kind of lotions, get a solid coconut oil. If you want to make any kind of rollers, get a liquid at room temperature product. Now, organize your other supplies. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Stop buying supplies. Stop buying so much. Use what you already have on hand. Make gifts. Make, stuff for your friends that you already have, and stop buying so many supplies. We do not need a bazillion rollers. We don't need a bazillion spray bottles. We need to be using what we have on hand. So if you have cleaners, you store your bottles underneath the kitchen sink. You store them in your bathroom. If you have rollers, they should be in your go bag or beside your bed. Okay, stop buying so much. I'm going to get on to everybody. Stop buying so much and start using what you have. And wherever you use it, that's where you need to store it. Okay, another thing that I love, and I think is great, especially if you're going to use those go bags, is label the bottles. So as you can see on this bottle, there are these little round labels that you can buy from Young Living. It's $3.50 for all of the labels. It's a deal, okay? And you're just going to buy your labels and put them on the tops of your bottles. So when you're looking inside your bag, you can easily see your bottles and your oils. All right. Last thing that I'm going to leave you with is steps to getting organized. Steps to get organized. These are the steps that it takes to get organized with anything. First, clear the space and sort what you have. When I say sort, I mean you're either going to trash it, you're going to treasure it, or you're going to transfer it. So you have trash. I think all those old rollers that I made, I would recommend pouring your old rollers, your old, oils out that you haven't used in forever, putting them in some Epsom salts to use up those oils, and then just throwing the bottles away, okay? If you're not going to use it, if you haven't used it in a year or two, if you haven't used it in a couple months, then just get the oils out, throw the bottles away, or if you want to donate, a lot of people are into donating, then do that, okay? You want to get all the trash out of that space. Stop hanging on to your empty oil bottles as well. I ended up having like a Ziploc bag, like a gallon-sized bag of all of these empty bottles. And what I did is I first put them in Epsom salt to dry out all of the oils that are inside the bottle. And I used the Epsom salt in my wellness bath. So do that first. But then when you're done using it, just throw it away or recycle it. Throw it away or recycle it. Do not hoard your empty oil bottles. I promise you, you probably will not use them. All right, so clear the space and sort your oils. So you're going to treasure the oils that you have, and then you're going to sort. You're going to put them around your house where they make sense. If you have a group of oils that you just don't use, that's okay. Put those on the pretty oily shelf. Put those to where they're like your backups or like your every once in a while. It's okay to have them, but they don't need to be in your high traffic areas. All right, number 2, establish a system. And this is where you're going to get your oily shelf. You're going to get your little inserts in your drawers. You're going to take inventory around your house. Say, okay, which 3 oils are going to go beside my bed? Which 3 oils are going to go in my kids' room? Which 3 oils are going to go in my bathroom? Which 3 oils are going to go on my kitchen counter because I'm like always there? Our boo-boo roller is on our kitchen counter. My kids know they can go get the lavender roller. It's right there. They know where it is. It makes sense to keep it right there because they always go to it. Okay, so think 3 oils around your house, even say beside every diffuser. Establish your system. All right, number 3, and here is the main thing to getting organized and staying organized, and that everyone wants to just focus on the systems and the sorting and the boxes and everything. No, you need to always return your items back where they belong. That is the system. That is the key to getting organized and staying organized, is putting your stuff back. So sometimes we just need somebody to tell us to put our stuff back. If you, wherever you're sitting right now, look around your house and see what's out of place. You need to practice the habit of putting stuff back. All right, friends, we're going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this class tonight. I hope you get more organized. if you get organized, with your oils, I really want to see some pictures in the comments on Facebook. So drop your little oily groups and your little oily organization groups in the comments. I would love to pick somebody to get something special. I'm not sure what that is yet. I'm gonna think of something awesome. So all of you that are watching this, put some oily pictures of where you've stored your oils in the comments, and let's say by tomorrow night, let's give you a little bit. I'm gonna say by Friday at noon, I'm gonna pick somebody to get something really, really special from our little oily team. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. We'll see you next Tuesday. We're gonna be debunking oily myths.